When trout are taking small coarse fish fry, there are few patterns more effective than the Minkie. This Lite Brite version is one of the best. Having fixed the hook in the vise, the first step is to run on close turns of lead wire. This extra weight helps to counteract the parachute effect of the Minkie wing. Just snap off those loose ends and then apply a little drop of super glue. Just let that soak in. Right, now that the super glue has cured properly, run the tying thread on and use it to cover those turns of lead wire, and then trim off the loose end. That back over a couple of times. Just build up a nice bed of tying thread, finishing opposite the barb. Now the body comprises a pinch of pearl Lite Brite. It can either be the blue pearl or the green. So take a large pinch from the packet, offer it up to the thread and just dub it on to form a tapering rope. Now you don't have to dub all of it on, just get that end nice and tight and then apply a couple of turns. Now that will lock the fibres in place, and from that point on you can start to twist to create a yarn and then start to wind. Carry on winding the Lite Brite over the turns of lead wire to create a slim but basically fish-shaped body. Twisting the fibres in this way will make it easier to tease them out later on. So carry on up until the bulk of the hook shank's been covered. Now the wing of the Minkie is made up from a strip of mink fur still on the skin. Now this can be tied in the normal way, but I prefer to just trim off a little bit of the fur from the skin at one end and then offer the strip up to the hook and catch it in upside down at the eye and just secure it. A few turns of thread. Take a second but much smaller pinch of the Lite Brite, dub that onto the thread and then wind it on right up to the base of the eye. Next, draw the fur back, just apply 2 or 3 turns of thread at the eye and then 2 or 3 turns more to create a whip finish. Draw it tight, take the scissors and then just remove that end. So with the wing secured at the eye, fold the fur strip back and then run tying thread on right at the base of the body. Trim that loose end off, a few more turns and then draw the strip over and secure it. Now first it's a good idea just to moisten it slightly, use a little bit of saliva, then stretch the skin, and that moistening allows the fur to separate and that you can apply the thread directly onto the skin strip. So add a couple more turns and then apply a whip finish. 2, 3, 4 turns. Make sure that none of that hair is trapped. Draw it through, pull it tight and take the scissors and just trim off that waist end. Next, just take the scissors and carefully trim a little bit of that fur away from the eye. With the wing and body complete, take a red waterproof marker pen and apply just a little bit of colour just to suggest the gills, leaving a gap between that and the eye. As this is a fry pattern, a good finishing touch is to add little decal eyes either side of the head. So take the super glue and just apply a small drop just behind the eye. Then take one of the decal eyes, put it in position, and then press it in place, making sure you don't stick your finger to the head. Once both eyes have been applied, just add a little bit of UV resin or varnish just to help hold that eye in place. And then give it a quick zap with a light just to cure it. Remember to add just a little drop of super glue to the thread wraps at the tail and at the eye just to secure them. And that's it complete. The Lite Brite Minkie.